You didn't stop because you failed so many times. You stopped because you forgot why you did it in the first place. And maybe you just got busy, but without constant reflection of your why, you forget the flame that kept you going, and eventually you just get bored. I recently saw a video by Healthy Gamer GG of what it means to be a thinker versus a doer, which is step number 3 in the video that I will link down. And if you can stay in step 3 and 4 consistently, you will leave the thinker lane and become a doer again. But before we get into this magical third step, it's also important to mention the first and the second. Now, the first step to staying consistent or becoming a doer, as he says, is the initial spark of curiosity for something or just wanting to try it for whatever reason. The second step is continuous exposure to this certain topic, also known as going down the rabbit hole. But it also includes taking some action towards this activity and dabbling with it yourself. Now, most thinkers get stuck here. And this is where I was stuck for a while. All they do is consume, may try it out a few times, but then eventually get bored just due to lack of experience or maybe lack of exposure. Now, when I stopped making videos, I wouldn't say it was necessarily a lack of experience. I had the consuming part down. It was taking the action to write down and reflect what I had actually learned from consuming and ultimately creating videos, which is the third and to me probably the most important step. As he explains in his video, one way of reflecting is something called crafting theory, where you sort of play back in your head different scenes of yourself accomplishing something in different ways. It's not you physically doing something, but it's you just simply playing it out in your head, saying, okay, what different strategies can I use? Is there a different way that I can approach this? What issues might I run into, and what are the different ways that I can resolve it? And noting that this inner talk is positive. It's you figuring it out. It's you getting through hard steps. So when you do step 2 of continuous exposure and dabbling with it, you also have this other side of an inner talk and confidence in yourself that you can get through it. Reflection isn't just a sticky note that you put on your fridge, hoping that you'll remember to see it every day. We all have those sticky notes that we swore we would look at every day, but did we? Maybe not. Another important method of reflection, which personally I forgot, was asking myself why. What was my reason to keep going? Looking back, when I stopped asking myself why and taking that time to reflect, that's when the fire went out. And it's now taken me almost 2 months to make a video. The third step is really a loop. When I find that I lost my motivation for creating videos, I wasn't keeping it active in my mind. So that part of my brain became dormant. So when you get bored of a topic, try reflecting on that itself. Why am I bored of this topic now? What exactly did I enjoy about doing this certain thing? While I was consuming, was I asking myself enough questions, or was I just mindlessly scrolling? If you're really interested in a topic, don't just go for short form. Try to go for long-term content where you can take notes and you can pause and take time to reflect and journal, write about it. Sit with yourself in silence with a pen and paper and face the facts. See what magic you can produce from it. And step number 4 is really just maintenance. This is where you can find the joy and appreciation for your topic, which I hope you can also do from the very beginning. Like when I say I started my journey of self-improvement, I never imagined that I would be here sitting in front of my own camera. For me, it's more than just learning and then following through. I found a passion and appreciation for actually teaching others how impactful self-improvement can be. Now, when I consume things, it makes me ask, how can I teach this to somebody else? Who else is struggling with this problem? And how can I communicate it to you so that you guys know that you're not alone and there are ways that you can work through it and ultimately achieve your goals? If you want to be consistent and be a doer instead of just a thinker the rest of your life, continuously expose yourself to new topics and ideas that will spark your interest. Reflect and internalize it for yourself, and use this crafting theory to imagine yourself in different scenarios and the different possibilities, thus building your inner confidence to continue doing and build the consistency. And finally, just to appreciate the art of whatever it is you're doing and taking in feedback and other methods from people who are doing similar things to you. You are certainly not alone if you're stuck in the thinker lane. I have been for the past almost 2 months. Very glad that I took the time to reflect and come back into this passion of mine and ultimately become a doer again.